Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Aftershock Corner, Season 2, Episode 3. I am Owen the Birdman Finch, and this is...
The Massasoit Wrestling Corner Champion, Chan Tutty. King Tut. That's my
Um,
Howard Frankel impression, people.
so everyone probably needs an explanation why this show is happening right now, because, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, James had posted a video talking about how we were going to take a hiatus from these shows. Pretty much what happened. And I was legitimately bought into it. This isn't to take a rub on James or anything, but I'm not like James where I was just gonna like change my mind really quickly and be like, I'm like last semester, like last season in the Master Wrestling Corner, he would come on like after like 2 days or something like that. I was legitimately gonna do it too. Um,
But
this
I dragged you back.
Yeah, pretty much because he still wanted to continue the show for himself. And also, I was going to review Raw anyways tonight, so I figured why not just show up on the show? Because it'd be pretty pointless just to have a show where he reviews Raw and then I just review Raw later. It's just
Yeah.
more simpler to do it this way. But like I said, as my apologies again for not informing you. I thought I did inform you. But
He's still got a little bit of Raw to go, people. He's still got a little bit of Raw to go.
yeah,
I'm here to do Fastlane and Raw.
Yeah, because I didn't finish Raw yet because I fell asleep at like 7:30. Well, actually, I fell asleep and set my alarm to go off to wake me up before the show happened, but I slept through it. So so I had to watch it off the DVR. And my grandfather wanted to see some stuff that happened on the show because I was like so hyped that it happened, which we'll get into later on.
Yep.
But right now, Tut's gonna have the floor, so Tut's gonna review Fastlane, and I already reviewed Fastlane. You could obviously me and him had very different opinions about it, so now you get to hear
We do.
somebody else's side of the story. So Tut, take your time reviewing Fastlane. You can review it however you want. Obviously, I know you're gonna have a different perspective probably now than you did then since you've seen Raw.
Yep.
So if you want, you can review it however you want. Like if you didn't see Raw or if you did see Raw, so you can review it however you want. And I probably won't be back not that long because all I have to watch is the main event. So this is the first time you've had the floor on this channel just by yourself. So
yeah,
enjoy.
we'll see how I do.
Enjoy it. I don't give it to people very often.
All right.
All right, hold on. Let me just mute my mic until my.
Okay. So.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So, Owen gave his opinion on Fastlane last night, and he was not positive. He was not really that positive on the show. I have a different opinion. Obviously, in fact, I was pretty okay with the show because I got what I paid for. I wasn't expecting to get a free pay-per-view, and that's what I got. So I go from that perspective. So let's start with the pre-show match: Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio for the U.S. title. 2 athlete falls. This match was pretty good. I enjoyed the match. Kalisto's a really good worker. Del Rio can be really good at times. I think I need to. Sorry, answer. But I like the psychology in this match with Del Rio get himself disqualified to give Kalisto the first fall, and then Del Rio hitting the double foot stomp for the pin. Now it's tied 1-1. Kalisto's a little bit more weakened than Del Rio because of the chair shot that he gave him earlier. And Kalisto rolled him up. He won, retained the U.S. title, and I'm fine with it. And it's probably going to be Kalisto in a 6-man crazy ladder match for the U.S. title. They had to end that feud. They had to, and I hope it's the end. It looks like it's the end because of what happened on Raw tonight, but again, we'll get into that later. Then we get the actual pay-per-view. We have a women's match open the show. Oh, that their Rio match, I gave it 3 stars. I gave it 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 stars. Okay. The next up is the first match of the show, the actual show. It was Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch versus Team Bad, which is Naomi and the She-Hulk. Tamina, I don't know, Tamina Snuka. The main problem, there really was no problem with this match. This was by the numbers, yeah, by the numbers, very good. Right person won, and that's the fact that Sasha got tapped out Tamina. So right person took the fall, right person got the fall. This match was pretty good. Nothing was really fucked up, but so I will give this 2.5. I'll give this 2.5. 2.5 stars, which is my average, which is of course the average rating, and it was okay. Next up was Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. I've made it no bones about it. I'm not a Dolph Ziggler fan. And many people wonder why. It's not only because of the fact that he gets the rug pulled up from under him so much. It's just that he's trying so hard to be Shawn Michaels. He's not Shawn Michaels. He will never be Shawn Michaels. His ring psychology is bad. I'm not a fan of his ring psychology. He calls spots. He's really disappointed for the past couple of months for his level of talent. Kevin Owens, I still enjoy this match. Don't get me wrong, because I like Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens could be one of the best heels in the company. Eventually, he'll be the best. He'll be the top heel of this company because he has the mic skills and he has everything else. There's only 2 things going against him, and that's the fact that he's overweight and he's a pain, and he has been reportedly a pain in the ass backstage. And I'm not the only one that thinks that, and I'm just giving you what I heard about the whole thing. But this match was pretty good. It does not deserve that this is awesome chant. It was pretty good. I like the finish with they had like 8 super kicks in a row, and then Ziggler for a kick. Owens moved out of the way, grabbed him, and then hit him with a pop-up powerbomb. Pinned him 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring, clean pin. Fine, Owens wins, retains the title. Which if Ziggler had won the title, I'd be so pissed because they just make the belt look absolutely meaningless because they just put the belt on Owens 6 days before that happened. And there was a couple of funny moments like when at one point Owens when the fans are chanting we want fight Owens fight, he looked at Ziggler and says even your hometown hates you. I thought that was funny. I thought that was really funny. I think the 6-man tag was next. Let me just look up the card here. Probably should have done it at the beginning, but Fastlane 2016. I just want to know what matches they were. I don't think I can remember this one. That last match, I'll give it 3. I'll give it 3. 3 stars. Okay, results. Yep, I was right. It was the 6-man tag match. It was Big Show, Kane, and Ryback versus the Wyatt family, which was Luke Harper, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan. I expected a lot worse. I expected a hell of a lot worse than what I got. What I got was a bad match. Not a horrendous match, but a bad match. It was dull. I expected nothing else. It was dull. It was boring. I didn't really care about the match. The cameraman missed the spot with the distraction spot with Kane and Bray. Ryback hit a shitty shell shock, but I expected worse. A hell of a lot worse. I was expecting worst match of the year. This was just filler. This was absolute filler. And Ryback, Kane, and Big Show went over. I don't know why. I don't know what they're building to. Especially what happened with Raw tonight. Again, we'll get into that later. But I don't know where they're going with the Wyatts, and I don't know where they're going for these characters anymore. it's just really bizarre to me. I give this match a star and a quarter. Next up was Brie Bella versus Charlotte. Now, I have a few problems with this. One, why is Brie Bella in the title picture? What has she done? Not her husband, not her sister. What has she done? Over the past year, Brie Bella has been doing nothing. She has lost every match she's been in, managing her sister and being the yes, yes, yes. I want Brie. Brie's a nice person. I'm sure Brie is the nicest girl in the world, but she does not deserve the title shot versus Charlotte. And people on the show, and me included, have criticized Charlotte a lot. When it comes to her mic work, it's awful. She is an awful, awful, awful mic worker. She is dull. She is not believable. She is terrible. She did not get her father's genes in that sense. In the ring, she can hold her own. She can hold her own. I went back on the WWE Network. Only $9.99, by the way. Shameless plug. I watched some old women's matches from back in like 2006. I won't say from '07, from when Trish and Lita left, till about 2012. And Charlotte can wrestle circles around half the girls on the roster. Michelle McCool for Laycool. Kelly, Brie, the Pellet Twins. Velvet Sky. Okay, other than WWE, TNA too. Velvet Sky. Angelina Love. Madison Rain. The Governor. Oh my God, Charlotte can wrestle circles around these girls, and I'm going to give Charlotte the credit that she deserves, and she is a really good in-ring worker. For the fact that she's only been in the business for 2 years, and has improved this much, is a testament to how much she cares. I think she legit cares and wants to succeed, and I think she will succeed. Besides, other than the fact that she's Ric Flair's daughter, if they just have Ric Flair talk for her, I think she'll get over more. I mean, fans are starting to boo her out of the building. It's fine, but enough about that. Let's talk about the actual match itself. About this match was they messed up a lot. There was a lot of mess ups at the entire end. There's like a lot of things were a lot of things were screwed up, but not terribly screwed up. This match was really in the middle, so I'm gonna give it two and a half. I'll give it 2.5 stars because the right person went over. It was the right finish, and it's building to something. There's three positives, and yes, they fucked up a lot of stuff. And I may give Charlotte a lot of credit for her good in-ring work, for her experience level. But good God, you gotta sell at the end. Because you were stuck in the yes lock and the half Boston Crab for half a minute, or at least a minute. Sell your back, sell your arm, sell your ankle. If you just work on your selling, you might actually get over a little more. Who knows? Next up was the AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. This match was disappointing. Yeah, it was disappointing. It's still good. I don't say great. A lot of stuff got fucked up. Baseball style got fucked up. The reverse DT just Jericho's out of position for. A missed Gary that looked terrible. AJ Styles took a little bit of an oversell with that drop kick that missed. That just hit the rope and he just fell forward. Great ending sequence. The walls into the flip into the calf killer. Like I went over, AJ Styles went over, and there's a lot of still more positive stuff to win. So I'm gonna give this 3 3/4, not quite 4 stars because of the screw ups like I mentioned earlier, but still it had great. It still was a great. It was still a good match, and I'm happy that they're moving on from this feud. Chris Jericho shakes the hand of AJ Styles. They respect each other now. Let's see where it goes from here. Then we get a half hour from hell. Pretty much a half hour from hell. And even though I'm gonna talk about this segment right here, and this was the cutting edge peep show. I'm so happy that no one guessed on my debut in the segment. This segment was bad. Bad. Except for a few moments. It was largely crap. It was an advertisement for the show that was going to happen on later on. I had no interest in seeing the show after the segment. We had the new day come out. All of a sudden, rag on the League of Nations, and the League of Nations come out. They make fun of, and Edge, Christian, the New Day make fun of they make fun of the League of Nations. And they told them basically to kiss my ass, watch our show. And then Edge made it rain, which did make me laugh. That was funny. That was really funny. Now, looking back on this segment was absolutely 100% pointless because of what happened on Raw. This segment was pointless, which again we'll get into later on Raw, and I will talk about that more on Raw. Then we get Curtis Axel versus R-Truth. This was meant to be a match that was supposed to calm down the crowd after the giant laughing segments that they were supposed to have in the first place. This match did its job, but it was a bad match. Bad finish because Goldust is Adam Rose into the ring, and Axel rolls him up, pin him, and the finish was stupid. It was stupid. That brought the show way down. That brought the show down, in my opinion. It was really bad. It was really bad. And now we get to the main event. Okay. For this main event, I had especially picked out an impression that I must do for this. Introducing the following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE #1 contendership for WrestleMania. Introducing first, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Thank you. I'm Howard Finkel. Good night. I will be doing more of the Howard voice during WrestleMania. Because it's fun to say introducing. I don't know, that's always fun. It's always fun to me. Next up is so we get the main event. It's Dean Ambrose for Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar for the #1 contendership of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania against Triple H. This match was awesome. It was great, fantastic. I enjoyed it because of several things in the match. One, Brock Lesnar looked strong. Brock looked so strong in this match. Beating the hell out of Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns came up with an idea. Ring psychology. We take out the big man, and we just have the fight to ourselves to determine who's the better man and win, and determine who's going to win that way. Great. The power bomb to the table was great. and through the second table, and then they buried him under. I wish they would have done like Godzilla style when Brock would just come up. I'm gonna kill you. The spot with he hit the German when Roman had him on his back, and then Roman hits him with the spear, and then Roman's a little dazed a little bit, and then Brock locks in the Kimura lock. We're thinking, oh crap, this is good. This is good. This is good. Brock might win. And then Reigns gets up. This is a bad accident. This is actually not a good idea if you're really in the Kimura lock because the guy can still break your arm. Dean comes in, hits Brock with a chair 3 times, knocks him out of the ring. Ambrose turns around, he gets speared, got pinned 1, 2, 3 in the ring. Roman Reigns won WrestleMania. Now, let's talk about Roman Reigns a little bit. I've been on the show. I've said I'm not a fan of my work. I said that the best way you're going to get him over is if you don't have him talk, you have him come out being Simone Badass. They have now done this. They made him look. They had him talk in 20-minute promos, and basically get the shit from the guy that loses all the time. And people were just booing this, and people hate this match. People hate the ending of this match. I will say this. It was the right person. The right person went over in this match. The right person won this match because the story warranted. If Seth Rollins doesn't get hurt, it's Seth Rollins and Triple H in the main event of Mania. Okay? That's what it is. If you don't like it, too bad. That was the plan going in. The main event was supposed to be Seth versus Triple H, title on the line, and Seth winning. Unfortunately, Seth got hurt. It's an unfortunate accident, but it happened. WWE came up with a plan to have Triple H face off against Roman Reigns. They've been building up this match since November. In fact, they've been building up even earlier. They're playing this up since WrestleMania 30. 2 years. 2 years they've been building this match up. And they're finally gonna get it. They're finally gonna blow off WrestleMania. Roman's probably gonna get booed out of the building. Roman is gonna get booed out of the building. Because of the reaction of people. People don't like Roman. People like Triple H. My opinion is they should have Roman turn heel at Mania, corporate champion. They should have him be a corporate champion. And basically turn on you. That's the way I think it'll go. And how they should go. They've been building up this Roman Reigns for months. And I'm happy that they're sticking with the plan and not changing. Because that proves something. That proves that they can book long term and not do hot shot booking. Hot shot booking ruins the WrestleMania main event. Because not only do we get Roman Reigns versus Triple H, everything else falls into place. We have Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. That was confirmed tonight on Raw. We got we're gonna have who else? We're gonna have probably I don't know who that. I think it's gonna be the 6. I don't think Neville's gonna defend the title. I think it's gonna be Neville, the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day in a six-way match for the United States Championship belt. They're probably gonna do Braun Strowman versus the Big Show. Sorry to say, but it's probably gonna happen. AJ. They're probably gonna do something with AJ, Owens, and Jericho for the IC belt. That's just my opinion. I think that's how they're gonna go with it. Yeah, so it's like everything else fell into place. So overall, this pay-per-view was a thumbs in the middle. Yeah, it was an average show. It was a B pay-per-view. You knew it was a B pay-per-view. It was all set up. It's set up for WrestleMania. And I got what I paid for, a $10 B pay-per-view. That's what I got. Okay? It had an okay undercard, a good semi-main, and a great main event. And a half hour from hell in between those two main events. But it did its job. It's still a thumbs in the middle. It was not good. It was not terrible. It is just okay. It was okay. It set up everything now. And I'm looking for WrestleMania. Good timing, Owen. I just finished talking about Fastlane. And finally get my final rating.
I know, I heard that part, so that's why I figured I went and put my camera on until you gave you overall waiting.
The thumbs in the middle.
You always do the thumbs in the middle. You don't do like you're the only one that I know that does thumbs in the middle.
Oh yeah. No. Because that's the middle rating. Because that's my rating for okay.
Yep.
This way it's like good, great, or awesome. Okay, bad, horrible, horrendous.
Yeah.
That's my rating system.
And my rating system was for the pay-per-view. Obviously, was very, 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 very different. But I already know. I probably don't even need to watch the beginning because we talked about it today. Because I know your opinion.
Yep. In fact, you missed what I was talking about earlier when I said about the comedy segment with the New Day. I kind of ripped into that a little bit.
What do you mean?
Because of what happened tonight on Raw.
Okay.
It was not okay, but we can get into that later.
Yeah. So now let's talk about Raw. So
okay.
I'll say this before we finally. I think we finally got a decent show for Raw because the past few Raws have been
bad,
just really bad. I think I'm not gonna say though that this was a great show, but it was a better show than what we've been getting lately. Though it was a better show. It was better.
Was it like this, the thumbs in the middle, or was it just okay?
Like you talked about, this show did its job, and it's finally gonna start building to WrestleMania. That's what it did. And there is matches, even though they didn't announce every match. Because you do want to announce every match on the first Raw, because that's not what you.
They announced the 3 main events, basically.
Yeah, but I think you do have somewhat of a feeling of what like some of the other matches are going to be.
Yeah.
There was a few things that I didn't like on this show.
We'll get into those. I don't know what they are, guys. I don't know what he hates.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't say didn't like, but just kind of was just like, I didn't care for.
Well, that's one on every show. But hey, you know, you can't have in my opinion, there's no such thing as a perfect show. There's always flaws. But you can always work it out. But anyway, let's dive into this.
So obviously on commentary, it's the same commentary team as all the time: JBL, Michael Cole, and Byron Saxton.
They all suck.
They're just, I definitely think they should put Monalo to do commentary, because when he did commentary with them on the kickoff, that's when they were good, actually. So
they were really good with Ronaldo's is a really good announcer. He's the best one they got.
Yeah, and I like that they put him on the kickoffs. I hope they just put him if they just start off by putting him off on kickoffs, because he probably isn't. Like I talked about, he probably would be used to calling a 3-hour wrestling show, so maybe that's why they only put him on the kickoff. So let's talk. So obviously they open it up by presenting the Vincent.
Hold on. You forgot something. They opened up with the Facebook video of Dean Ambrose getting beat the hell out of by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he arrives at the arena and Lesnar beats the shit out of him.
Which was awesome.
He body slams him on the car, on the windshield, and then he has to be taken out by the ambulance. I was gonna mention that, but I figured I'd wait till that came up. But I guess yeah.
I know. I like going. I like going in order though. But we'll get that. But in terms of the actual like idea in the segment between Brock and Dean, thumbs up.
I like that they did it before the show because then it did make me kind of want to see Raw to see what was gonna happen.
Yeah. It got me engaged.
They're definitely starting to utilize, I think, the technology because they're showing a lot of people just arriving on shows now where you want to actually see it. Like when Daniel Bryan retired, it actually showed like people interviewing him. So they're starting to utilize their resources now.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like they're starting to kind of evolve into the nowadays generation.
Yeah. All right. So now we can say it opened with the award ceremony.
So Vincent Kennedy McMahon comes out, and he kind of just goes into like a little history about his family heritage, but mainly about his father, which we kind of talked about today, how he was a really nice guy. He revolutionized wrestling, and he definitely deserves to have this award in his honor. And he said that nobody's ever deserved this award. So you think it's going to be some like big superstar that returns, right? Ron, it's Stephanie McMahon.
And fans hated it.
But
oh god,
I hated it myself. At least I was really happy it wasn't Vince, but I was like, wow. And if you can think, but there is a reason they do this though. There is a reason that so she goes to give a speech. So pretty much it was pretty much rigged. It was rigged. Because why the hell would she have a speech ready if she didn't know she was gonna win?
And then Jane O'Mac, the music hits.
Yes.
The crowd pops loudly. It was awesome. Shane McMahon came out. He actually looked older than Vince. He does. He needs to dye his hair or get his hair back.
Yeah, he definitely.
He looks old.
He was a little rusty. I think. I thought he still did fine, but I definitely think he was a little rusty on the mic tonight too.
He hasn't been here in the company for 5 years? 5 years now?
2009, I think, right?
Yeah. 2009 was the last time he wrestled. I know that.
Because he had the last feud he had was when Orton took out all his family. So
he hasn't wrestled since Backlash 09. That was the last time I saw Shane McMahon.
So he comes out and he says that you're gonna have to help me out because some of the stuff I don't understand. Like he comes out and he says that that it's a joke that he loves his sister. Actually, no. First, what happens is Vince goes to hug him, and he like rejects Vince. He pushes him away, and then he goes to shake Shane's hand, and then Shane's like, "No, I'm not shaking." He rejects, and the crowd popped huge for it. So then he says that Stephanie McMahon didn't deserve to have this award. He loves her, but this is supposed to be an award of honor. And after what they've done, ever since they've taken over the WWE, they don't deserve to have this award. Because Stephanie McMahon then talks about how he doesn't deserve it either, because he's been gone for 8 years, sitting down watching the it felt like she took a rib on us a little. Well, not us in general, but the IWC. Sitting down and watching the show and thinking what's best for the company when you have. And then Shane McMahon goes off and says, ever since you guys have taken over this company, there's been low ratings, something else, and
low ratings, low profiteering, and a lot of injuries under your watch.
Which is so true.
Which is all true.
And he says, and then Stephanie McMahon says, well, what are you going to... And Shane McMahon says that the only reason Stephanie McMahon and Triple H were able to gain power because he allowed him. And then he's like, he tells Vince,
because he was gone.
You never told her. And the Vince is like, so obviously there was some sort of secret between them.
Yep.
So Stephanie McMahon wants to know what the secret is, and then Shane McMahon I don't know. That's what confuses me. What did he say this? Because obviously he didn't say the secret. But
Yeah, I know. Okay, here's what he's saying. Shane McMahon basically has some blackmail on his father
yeah,
that Vince does not want to get out. So they made a deal. He gives him all this money to shut up about it.
yeah,
But he comes back, he's still holding it over his head that he wants control over Raw.
yeah. He wants the
And
whole.
technically, if you go by monarchy rules, Shane is technically the rightful heir to the throne.
Yeah, yeah. So
He's the oldest. He's the
I think
oldest.
that's what I was thinking. Was the secret was because he's actually supposed to be taking over the company next.
Yeah.
So then Vince McMahon wants to keep quiet, so he tries to bribe him, saying, what else do you want to go do? Because, and then Shane says that he wants control over Raw, and Vince says, "Well, you can't do that anymore. It's a publicly traded company now. It's not going to be like it was when you were here before." Which was I think it was a public traded company then, but I get what he's saying. Um, so Vince McMahon agrees. Um, and
Under
obviously
one condition.
he has to have a match against a superstar of his choosing in the place. And Vince chooses to have it at WrestleMania. And it's obviously it's gonna be The Undertaker. Which makes perfect sense he would pick him. Because obviously Vince doesn't want him to win, so why not have him going against the guy that was undefeated for 20 years at WrestleMania. Well, not 20 years because he's missed a couple, but you get the idea. And it makes perfect sense that Undertaker's in the best shape probably that he was. And it makes sense.
For the past couple years.
Yeah, for the past couple of years, yeah. And it makes sense because this is the way to get the Undertaker match going because there was no, like we talked about today, there was no other superstar that could face Taker.
Me and Owen were earlier today at lunch. We were trying to discuss like who is the right person to face Taker, and we came up with. We actually had the idea that Jericho would be the one. Of course, we weren't expecting Shane to return. I think what they're doing here is I don't think Shane's in the best condition to wrestle. All right, and I think he might actually call a audible and a replacement.
Yeah, he doesn't look. We don't know.
You know
though.
what I mean?
Yeah.
He might call an audible, and you know who he might choose?
Who? Jericho?
Politician Cena. If he's healthy enough to return, he'll pick Politician Cena to represent him in the Hell in a Cell match.
But we don't know. We don't. He could be healthy enough. We never know. You never know.
Yeah, I know. If he is healthy enough, I think that's the route they should take. Should take.
And
your guy versus my guy,
it's not like it's gonna be just a regular wrestling match. It's gonna be so if Shane McMahon can't tuck his balls between his legs and quit, it's gonna be a Hell in a Cell match. So they don't necessarily have to have a wrestling match just because they're gonna have a Hell in a Cell match. So which is gonna be cool because the Hell in a Cell was actually announced. You didn't know it was coming because nowadays we know the Hell in a Cell match is coming since it's a pay-per-view now. So it ups the credibility in the Hell in a Cell. And
go ahead.
Then it's going to be really cool. Even though, I mean, obviously this one's going to, by my opinion, more than yours, to see a Hell in a Cell match live because I've never seen a Hell in a Cell match live. I've seen like a cage match live, but it's going to be really cool to see the Hell in a Cell match live. To see Shane McMahon live, and obviously to see The Undertaker live again. You can say what you wanted to say.
Okay, so if they do go that route and they have Cena in the power chair, in other words, like representing Shane McMahon, in that case, Cena should go over, and then the Authority officially and the Authority. At WrestleMania 32. And I'm not calling it Star because that's what it is. It's WrestleMania 32.
But if Shane wins, you don't know where the direction could go because
if Shane wins, you make Undertaker look like an absolute bitch because he just lost to a guy who hasn't wrestled in 7 years and is in no condition to wrestle. I mean, at least if he loses to Cena, it's a little bit more credible than.
Yeah.
than it was. But
it's gonna be
I
unpredictable. It's gonna be unpredictable regardless because of the stipulation that's involved, where Shane can get power.
yeah.
Because I think and then you have the Undertaker where it's gonna be his last match, and
I think,
you don't want to have
but
him
you
lose.
well, the thing is with that, that's not always the case. I mean, like there's an old wrestling expression is you always go out on your back.
True.
So I think that if Cena is in, he probably is gonna win, and he's gonna get up. He's gonna shake Shane's hand. He's gonna take Undertaker's hand, and Taker's gonna have his last moment in the sun. Tip his cap, retire, and you're gonna be lucky. You're gonna be there for that. And I think that it's gonna be Taker's last match. It's gonna be a very emotional moment. It's gonna be. I don't think on the level of Ric Flair, because I think Ric Flair had a lot more of a legacy than Taker does, but it's definitely going to be an emotional one when that happens.
I definitely think
Okay,
it's gonna. With this though, I definitely will probably. I'm a Taker mark, so I'll probably be rooting for Taker regardless of who's in the match. So,
yeah,
that's just how it is. Even ask James. I'm a take because I'm a huge mark for the Undertaker. And so at least he's not wrestling Strowman in his last match, because like I said, I would have been pissed if it was Strowman.
yep.
So yeah, great opening. And this match, I think, regardless of who's in it, should main event.
I'm not so sure on that.
If it's Cena, it should main event.
Mm.
Um,
I'm sorry, but the way that something should main event is if that they had the build to it, and I think this match. I don't think it should main event. I think it should be the co-main event. Like it's gonna be like it. We'll talk about card placement later and how important that is.
yeah,
But we won't want to. They want to have. It's gonna be Roman and Triple H in the main event. We all know this
yeah.
because and you know what? The match is gonna be good. We all can agree on that, right? The match is gonna be good.
Yes. I just don't want the main event to be booed out of the building. Is all that.
Actually, people will be cheering Triple H. That's the thing. People are gonna be cheering Triple H.
Yeah. So let's continue with what
Okay.
great segment overall. It was amazing. Really cool to see Shane return.
Overall, a great segment. I'm interested in this. Hi, PJ. Overall, yeah. Overall,
I think your dog likes this segment too.
he does. Hey, PJ.
I think your dog liked this segment.
Yeah.
He's happy.
Yeah, he just came down here and just barked his head off. Okay,
like
I was saying before, I give this segment a thumbs up. I am interested to see what happens next.
Yeah.
So far, this is probably one of the best opening segments of Raw in a while. So
And if they do Shane, I do wonder how they're going to tie Taker into the storyline. Because obviously, my concern would be is because like Taker's just what we do. Obviously, because Taker would just be kind of there. Because obviously Taker doesn't want to fight for Vince, I don't think. So there has to be a reason why Taker would want to win. Obviously, because it's WrestleMania. But I'm just saying there has to be. They need to do something to try to tie Taker into the storyline.
Yeah, I don't know. Taker's a heel again going into his last match. I'm not sure how that.
I don't think he's a heel. I think obviously I think Vince just picked him because it's the hardest opponent. So
it's a good calculated risk, as he put it. But anyway, next.
So then we get the first match on the show itself. We get Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. It was a good match. What I'm confused about is thought the New Day were face now.
Yep. So can I get to the main complaint about the whole thing? I don't know if you were watching me at that point. But so basically, the New Day are no longer babyfaces. They're back as being heels, and now feuding with the League of Nations. So that means the entire Edge and Christian segment last night that ate up 15 minutes was pointless.
Waste of time.
Yeah, it was a waste of time. It was a waste of time because there's no follow-up on the whole thing. The only thing it was there to do was plug the show, the Edge and Christian Reeks of Awesome show.
Instead of building up a match.
Which is horrible.
I haven't seen it yet, so don't tell me.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. to say the least.
But anyhow, which is stupid that they would want to plug that just because of the fact that what's more important, that show or WrestleMania? So,
well, hey, you know, people gotta get paid, man. People gotta get paid.
Edge and Christian can get paid from Haven, even though technically they're not on Haven anymore. But still, they probably get paid somehow.
Well, they are getting paid. They're getting paid by WWE doing their show. So
people got to make a living, I guess. But anyhow, really good. I really enjoyed this match. I mean, it's a New Day match, so obviously, so I really enjoyed it. I like that they didn't cut a promo first because I think that one of the problems with the New Day is even though they're the most entertaining things on the show, they're kind of starting to get a little repetitive by cutting a promo, then wrestling a match, or at least they just wrestled the match and they do the promo.
Yep.
At least I don't think they did a promo, but
no, they didn't do this one this week.
And then
they did a pre-tape one. They did a pre-tape one.
Yeah, well,
that was kind of funny. That was pretty funny.
I think they talked about how they're not going to deal with the League of Nations right now. Better than that. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it is.
I think they're going to do I said this in the review too. I think they're going to do a 6-man ladder match for the U.S. title with probably these 6 guys now. That's what I'm thinking.
Something like that. But yeah. This was a great match.
This was a really good match, a really good opener. And
they dominate Neville like half the match, and Neville
really good.
Neville like kicked Xavier Woods' teeth down his throat. So when they went to do the trombone spot where they do the unicorn stomp, Xavier Woods definitely couldn't play the trombone the same because he had to sell the super kick. And then another great spot is when they Big E and Xavier Woods did like the splash and the leg drop as like a double team move. I hope they do that a lot more because I thought that was a good double team tag team move. Yep. And then when Xavier Woods went to charge at Neville and he backdropped him out of the ring and he went face first into the steps, I thought that was cool. And then Sin Cara gets the hot tag and he starts going off on Kofi Kingston. And if you've seen a Sin Cara match, you know what his moves are. He hits all his typical moves on Kofi. And then he eventually he tries to pin him after a move, but then he gets broken up by Xavier Woods. And then a bunch of chaos ensues. Neville starts taking everybody out. He hits the red arrow from the apron on Big E, and he like stays there like he's pinning him. So I thought he botched it first, but then that was to set up the spot with Kalisto where he's going to go off Neville on the Xavier Woods and do a flip of his own. And then Sin Cara tried to hit a swanton bomb, and then he misses, and he tries to pick him up to do like if you've seen the Finch move, you know what I'm talking about. But he Kofi reverses it into Trouble in Paradise, and they win the match. And I like the match because even though I had a feeling the New Day was going to win, it really could have gone either way. But with the way the match was going. So, I don't think they're going to do a 6-man ladder match. Because I do think they're going to put the tag team titles up on the line at WrestleMania just because the New Day, I think definitely deserves to have a tag team title match at WrestleMania. If they do a ladder match, though, maybe they'll have Big E and Xavier Woods work the tag team title match and Kofi work the ladder match.
So, overall, great segment. It's a great match, and right person won.
I think I just took everything you were probably going to say. My apologies.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, that was such a talk. I literally talked for the first 40 minutes of this damn show. So, next up is was it Brock and Heyman? Was that next?
Well, first Reigns gets interviewed. Pretty much tries to give an update on Dean Ambrose, and he talks about how this time it's going to be one-on-one with Triple H. There's going to be no authority, and he finally gets what he deserves. And he said that he's going to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, Roman Reigns can't talk on the mic, but for a Roman Reigns standard promo, it was a good promo. If you want to put it that way.
He spoke very few words, but JoJo is terrible.
Oh yeah, I definitely think
he's terrible. Vince, do us all a favor. Take her up behind the woodshed and fire her.
Yeah.
What do you think I was gonna say? What
I
do you
didn't
guys
think.
think? You thought I was gonna do the behind the woodshed bit? Yeah, you gotta give me more credit than that.
But then, so yeah, you could start with the Lesnar and Heyman promo. I thought it was great.
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. Okay. First off, let me put this. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. Do I mind that Dean Ambrose is getting beat up every week? No. One reason and one reason only. It's Brock fucking Lesnar.
Oh yeah,
Brock Lesnar is bigger than Dean Ambrose. At times he's more powerful than Dean Ambrose, and he's a former UFC heavyweight champion. It's more believable that he has the upper hand over Dean Ambrose, that who got beat the hell out of in a parking lot. Before the show, he was jumped by Lesnar
yep,
and thrown onto a damn car. And he was selling his injuries. He was selling very well his injuries. He challenged he challenged he goes up, he challenges Brock Lesnar to the belt. I'll get in the Heyman promo a little later. I'm working backwards here. He challenges him to the whole no holds barred match, and Lesnar accepts by giving him an F5, which he sold great. And then before the camera actually fades to black, he does a little smirk,
yep.
which was a perfect touch. Okay, Heyman came out. Heyman did his shtick. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the beast incarnate, the rightful champion, Brock Lesnar. He lays it in. He does a great promo, cut a great promo saying Lesnar got screwed out of the title. He's gonna beat the hell out of whoever that gets in his way, including Dean Ambrose. And F5 is coming through that locker room till WrestleMania. Whoever wants to face me, face me. Then an ambulance comes in. It's Dean Ambrose driving it. Dean Ambrose gets up. He's selling his injuries like a champ, crawling towards the ring, showing him that he has heart. He is not afraid of Brock Lesnar, even if he knows he's going to get beat up. It made sense. The characters make sense, and I cannot wait for Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose in a no-holds-barred match at WrestleMania, because it'll be great. It's the Beast versus how's this for an untimely catchphrase? It's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. What's gonna give? Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose.
Oh yeah,
Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. 3
amazing.
thumbs up.
And I'm glad they're going here just because I think they needed to, just because they had done so much to build it doing Fastlane that they had to go here. Because Wyatt wasn't, no matter what people say, I don't think Bray Wyatt was gonna work. It would have really hurt Wyatt even more. Than they're already. He's still really hurt now, so it'd just be like what people say, career suicide to do Wyatt. I think Ambrose makes sense. I think Ambrose should go over because
Yeah.
it would
I
really
don't
put him
think
over huge.
I don't think he will. I don't think he might, but I don't think he will. He should, but I don't think he will.
He really needs to look really strong then. If Lesnar beats him down every week and doesn't go over, then it would be really stupid. Even though it would be believable, like you said. But
Yeah.
Listen,
Have him beat him up every week and have him in the match, have Dean Ambrose win.
yeah.
Okay? Because I was having this discussion with Chris earlier when the segment was happening, and he's all pissed off because Dean Ambrose gets beat up every week. He's like, well, that's realistically. Let's look at this realistically here.
Yeah.
Okay, Dean Ambrose is not 100% in the segment. And
Yep.
he goes out there, he's going to get beat the hell out of him. Because you know why? He's crazy.
And it makes him look really strong too, because he's not staying down after these beatdowns. He keeps getting back up and fighting. So
he's getting back up. You know what that shows? He has heart.
I mean,
courageous.
Mick Foley took shit.
Character.
Mick Foley took shit kickings too. So
yeah, it's like he's the modern day Mick Foley.
Yep. So it was good. Really well done. Really well done segment. So
Yep.
far, a really good show so far.
Uh-huh.
And I
Then
think,
I think this is where I think we hit the wall. Is this where we
yeah,
hit the wall yet? Or yeah.
kind of like the show didn't really. I would say after the next thing after this, it kind of hits the wall. But this,
What happened next? I forgot.
it was the Usos versus the Ascension. Um,
2-minute match.
the Dudley Boys come out beforehand and cut the same promo pretty much that they've been cutting. How they were a nostalgic team how they're not a nostalgic team. Everyone just looks at them as nostalgia, but they're 10-time tag team champions. I like the line they mentioned about how the fathers spend more time buying thorns instead of teaching them how respect. And then I still hate the fact that they're healing away. They're good heels, but it's just that if they didn't job them out so often, they wouldn't have had to turn them heel to begin with. That's just how I feel. But I like that they're going here with the Usos versus the Dudleys, and I guess it would, if you did face versus face, it'd probably be really bland. So at least they're turning heel, and they haven't had a match yet. So at least that's something. I hope they don't touch till WrestleMania. And the Ascension ambush them, and like you said, 2-minute match. Usos win. I don't even know. And the Ascension. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about how much they've jobbed out because I think we talk about it every time.
They suck.
So, and this was this match had no purpose behind it really. It kind of sucks that they have to be the jobber tag team when they can pop, but whatever. And then afterwards, the Usos have like a face off with the Dudleys, and then yeah, I can't wait. I hope they do a match between either a match between them at Mania or they do a triple threat match with the New Day involved for the tag titles, or they have a 4-way with another team involved. Like trying to think of a heel another tag team that's a face. Lucha Well, I can't. Well, I can't. They can't lose. I think it has to be a triple threat then, because they can't do the Lucha Dragons. So I think that's where they're going to. And if they were gonna go there, then why didn't they come out on the Cutting Edge Peep Show? That would have made more sense.
It was.
But
it was something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was just there. It was a 2-minute match. It was filler. It's just building up for God, 3D and Usos. I started calling them 3D. That's how I first knew them. And then they have I think the next segment's where they fall off a cliff, right? Is this the 6-man tag?
Nope, Jericho said the Jericho promo. Then they fall off the cliff.
There we go. Jericho promo with
AJ
fucking Styles.
So he comes out and he says that he talked about pretty much everything that AJ Styles has done since he came to WWE. And he said at first he didn't like AJ Styles, but I don't know if he said that he did respect him or didn't respect him. But then eventually, but so they calls out AJ Styles to come talk to him face to face. AJ Styles comes out, and Chris Jericho says that that at first I didn't like you. I hated the fact that you were the phenomenal one when you hadn't had one match in the WWE, and people were calling you the phenomenal one beforehand. Which really, it does make sense that he would say that because it gets him that heel heat. Because obviously that's still kind of not the case, you know. But anyhow, continuing, and he says that pretty much that he's finally earned his respect. He finally believes he's the phenomenal one. And then they shake hands. And I think that just should have been the segment right there. That should have been the blow off. But they just couldn't help themselves. They had to send out this job squad, the social outcasts. Now, I was a fan of these guys when they. I wouldn't say fans, but I had some hope that they were going to do something. But this, I would say they're just so corny and they're just so bad. They come out and they just think that they're pretending to be a team. They don't really believe they are a team. And then it's like they challenge them to a tag team match pretty much. And they wrestle Heath Slater and Curtis Axel, and they win. And then that's it. And it was I don't know if this means they're doing another match, but it doesn't look that way from the way they were wrestling. So I guess they just wanted to have him have a match, but it's like the match was not needed, so they should have just done the segment and then that was it. Because this definitely fell off the blow off more than anything else.
Yeah,
What did you think?
the promo was fine. The promo was fine. And then the Social Outcast came out, and I got up, I got myself some crackers. I drank myself a nice water, and sat down, and it was on commercial break. So I missed pretty much what the Social Outcast said, and I really don't care what they said because I don't care about the Social Outcast. I think they are just they're Job Squad 2.0. They're on the lower tier. There's only a few wrestlers that are below them. Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley. Those are the only two that are below them. Other than that, they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. And they are just awful. Awful, 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 awful. All four of them, too. Awful guys. Except for Heath Slater, who's entertaining on the mic. Other than that, Axl Rose sucks in the ring. I just said Axl Rose sucks in the ring.
You mean on the mic?
On the mic. Curtis. Let's see. Sorry. Just here. How did I say this? Adam Axel? No, Adam Curtis sucks. Because I messed up the names before, so I'm just gonna redo their names.
Yeah.
And Bo Dallas is just awful altogether. So here's all I gotta say about that segment is go fuck themselves.
They just should have just not done the match. It wasn't needed. I think actually it kind of ruined the promo segment in a way when they did the match.
This is where the show fell off a cliff for a little while.
So let's talk about the cliff. The Authority's backstage, and Triple H, and they're talking about how Shane McMahon returned, and Triple H talking about how Shane McMahon's failed at all these other business ventures, so he's just going to fail again because he's just a failure. I kind of wish Stephanie McMahon would have went off on him in a way, saying that's my brother, but it didn't happen. And then she said, and then he's like, "Look, do you want to go tell Roman Reigns?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And then she tells Roman Reigns that because he was gonna go check on Dean Ambrose after being in the hospital, but then she's like, "Nah, you're having a match." And she's trying to stir up the pot between Reigns and Ambrose for some reason, because even though they're not in a program together or anything like that right now. And because he has to face Sheamus, and the other members of the League of Nations are going to be out there, and he's going to be left to fend for himself. But I don't think Reigns really cared. So
yeah.
And then R-Truth was backstage, and I love these Goldust R-Truth segments, but I thought this one was like the worst one they've done. It was fun. It wasn't really funny. It was just kind of depressing, kind of. Goldust made him a cake. And R-Truth's like, nah, you know what, this was funny at first, but this is just getting creepy now. I don't want to be a partner. You messed up my girlfriend's dress, and you cost me a match. Just leave me alone. And Goldust says he wants to be his partner. He knows exactly what he's thinking before he does it. And then R-Truth says, "Well, do you think I'm gonna throw that cake in your face?" And Goldust, I did like this part, was like, "I hope not," but he's like, "Nah," and then he just does it anyways. Like I said, I love these Goldust R2 segments. I just definitely think that this one was fine, but it wasn't as good as the other ones. It wasn't as funny. What about you? What do you think of these? You hated it?
I hate this entire program because it's the same shtick every week. Goldust wants to be partner with R-Truth, even though it should be really him with the Brotherhood now with Cody Rhodes. Instead, they're having him team up with R-Truth, and Goldust is being the complete idiot. They're trying to do Booker T and Goldust again, and it's not nearly as funny. It's not nearly as funny.
Oh no. It's fun to me. It's funny in a different way, but
Is it bad? It's so bad it becomes funny, or it's so corny that it becomes funny. This was just sad, and I hated it, and I hate. Just end this damn program, okay? It's not working.
I definitely think after Fastlane last night, for me anyways, it kind of fell. Okay, I think then to you. So now we get pretty much the 6-man tag rematch, except instead of Strowman, it's Wyatt in the match.
This match was boring.
It lasted way.
And it was too long. It was kind of bad. The right team won.
Obviously.
But why the fuck? But why did Ryback fuck off?
He didn't really give a much of a reason to backstage.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gonna fend for myself now. Well, he just kind of just dropped down and wasn't doing anything. What the fuck was Kane doing? He could do this chokeslam Harper and he would have won. Kane is an idiot. Kane is officially an idiot because of this segment.
I know, because like he just randomly looks over at Ryback and
then Ryberg drops off and goes backstage.
I think the only reason they're turning him heel is because he's probably getting hated on because he's dressing like Goldberg now, which is their fault. See,
hey, you know what they should do? They should team up with Gilbert.
I think I heard some Gilbert chants. I don't know if it's just me. I definitely heard some Gilbert chants.
They should bring back Gilbert.
That'd be great.
And team him with Ryback. Calm the bird from the herd.
Here's a WrestleMania match, handicap match: Gilbert and Ryback versus Goldberg.
Goldberg will kick their asses in about 10 seconds. But he only beat up Ryback because Gilbert he cannot touch Gilbert.
Yeah. So like yeah, why is Ryback a heel? Anyways, it just doesn't make any sense.
See, this is why I'm so happy they didn't put Dean Ambrose in the main event at WrestleMania. Because you know why? You know what that is? Hot shot booking. Because it makes no sense whatsoever to your story. That's the main problem. That's why Dean Ambrose didn't go over, because it didn't make sense in the context of the story.
This was the same case.
It's like saying that in the Three Little Pigs, when the wolf is about to blow down the brick house, the freaking giant from Jack and the Beanstalk comes and stomps on him.
Yeah, that made no sense. That would make no sense.
Exactly. Like, why the fuck is the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk beating them up on barnyard animals? It makes no sense. Why the fuck am I talking about this? Because I don't want to talk about this match. That's the reason.
The question I have is, what the hell happened to the Wyatt family? Because Bray Wyatt doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. Because the person we thought he was going to face is a heel now.
He's probably going to face off against Kane, or he's going to accompany Strowman against the Big Show.
This
is sad. This is just sad.
All right, let's continue.
Yay. By the way, I want someone to animate that. If anyone here in the comments, whoever watches this video, please animate the Three Little Pigs with the giant stepping on the wolf.
That'd be hilarious.
I need that. I need that to be funny as hell, because it would be hilarious.
So then we get Sasha Banks versus Naomi with Tamina Snuka. Not a bad match. They had a better match on SmackDown a few weeks ago, though. My opinion. Sasha won because Becky Lynch ends up attacking Tamina, and then Charlotte comes out dressed up like I think she's supposed to be dressed up like Brie Bella.
Yeah.
And I kind of toned her out during the promo, not gonna lie. So do you know anything? I know is that she said there's gonna be like a number one contenders match between Becky and Sasha. And
she forgot to say when it was gonna be, but
I think it's next week.
Okay, it's next week. All right.
I don't know.
They didn't say it, so I have no clue. Here's what I noticed. Basically what her promo was is, oh, look at Becky and Sasha getting along. Becky, look out! And Becky turned around. I thought this was the best promo Charlotte has cut in a while.
Yep.
Because she wasn't a robot. She actually changed her voice a little bit during the whole thing. The highlight of this whole segment was Ric Flair doing the Macarena at the end.
Yeah.
Ric Flair was doing the Macarena, and I laughed.
The hell was that?
Hearty chuckle. Got a nice hearty chuckle out of it. So
and then
fun.
the McMahons are backstage. It's only Vince and Stephanie. It's not Shane. So, and Stephanie McMahon wants to know what this secret is, but he won't tell her. And she wants to know why she's booking this match between Taker and Shane. She doesn't want to work for Shane McMahon. I guess she doesn't have faith in the Undertaker for some reason that he would win. And then
I trust my brother who has who's never trained in wrestling, has not wrestled in 7 years, and is 46 years old to beat the Undertaker, who is the second greatest professional wrestler of all time, behind Shawn Michaels in terms of in-ring work and performance. Great faith in your company, Stephanie McMahon. She's a really supportive sister.
So for some odd reason, Vince McMahon says that this is a calculated risk. Because even though what the hell was that? How is this a calculated risk? Because
simple. There's still a risk. There's a slight chance, no matter how slim it may be, that Shane will win at WrestleMania. And if you think about it, if he loses, then he can't win. So it's a risk, but he might actually win the risk. It's gambling.
But it's
but it's gonna blow up in his face.
The Stephanie McMahon one didn't make any sense because
you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna blow up in his face, like it always does. It happens every year in Mania. It's gonna blow up in Vince's face.
I know, because it seems like Vince never. Maybe Taker will tombstone. And then
no. Here's what's gonna happen. Taker's gonna tombstone Shane. He's gonna look over at McMahon, and Mag's like, "Yeah, pin him. Pin my son. I want him to rot in hell." And then Taker's like,
choke slam.
No. Fuck this. He just leaves, and then he leaves. And he's like, "God damn it! The winner by default is Shane McMahon."
No. How would he leave though?
How would he leave? He's the Undertaker. The lights will go out. He'll hide under the ring. That's how he'll get out. That'd be hilarious. Actually, I would laugh my ass off if that happens. And then the winner by default. And then Vince will get all pissed off and saying, "Where the hell is Taker? The lights go out again. Lights come back on." Taker has him in the tombstone pile driver and tombstones him. Picks up Shane and raises his hand for the victory. And Taker goes about and he leaves. That will be. If they do that, I will wholeheartedly laugh and document this moment if it does happen, because I want to relive this so I know that I called this damn moment. Anyway, let's get to the
main event.
Let's get to the good stuff. The main event time. Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. This was okay.
Not the best match. Not the best match.
I'll say this: it was a typical Raw main event. What the real stuff is, what the real good stuff happened, is after the match.
Because Reigns spears Sheamus on the outside and is about to get in the win and win by countout, and then Triple H comes out, talk about what happens.
Triple H comes out. He's dressed in the leather jacket. He's looking like he's gonna beat the hell out of someone. They meet up. Reigns and Triple H are going at it. Reigns gets the upper hand on Triple H, but then Triple H hits him like a heel should with the ring bell right to the throat. That looked like it sucked and it hurt. And then Triple H proceeds to bang Roman Reigns' head against the announce table like 80 times, bust his nose, and Roman Reigns busts his nose open. He's bleeding everywhere. So he continues to beat on him, undoes this, and then he gets pulled off. He's like, "All right, fine. Comes back for more, gets rid of the steel steps, hits him with the pedigree on the steel steps. Reigns is bleeding even more. Fans are cheering. He goes gets the championship, and he hands over Triple H, and their fans are going nuts. They're chanting, "This is awesome." So I think Triple H is the babyface going into WrestleMania.
Which to the fans anyway. To the fans.
Yeah, to the fans, but in story-wise, he's the heel. So this was a great great ending segment. Nice note to end on. Roman Reigns is battered and bloodied, and has like, how is he going to rebound from this?
He shouldn't be on Raw next week.
No, he shouldn't.
It would make sense.
And even if he is, it will be okay. But like, it's just a broken nose. Maybe he'll come out like and start being well. Actually, no, he should be on Raw next week. I'll give you this is my main reason why. It's because if he's off Raw next week, it makes him look like a coward.
Good point.
So
it's not like he suffered as much of a beating as Brian did when he got like handcuffed.
Yep.
So that made sense that Brian wasn't on Raw because that Brian obviously wasn't a coward because he was actually a hurt.
Yeah. Okay, so give your thoughts on the main event segment.
I thought it was good. I liked the main event itself with Reigns and Sheamus. For some, they could have good matches. They just can't have a good feud together. It's weird. And then Reigns and Triple H coming out, and that brawl, it was like kind of like everything leading up, and with the history that they have, and I'm just accept. Everyone should just accept. Everyone should just accept the fact that it's going to be Reigns versus Triple H, because I kind of have.
I came to that realization at TLC.
So
I came to that realization at TLC, and I knew it was going to happen.
I had a feeling, but it's like,
Raw.
Yeah, but then what happened on Raw? But then it's just going to happen. Roman Reigns getting busted open was really cool, and then the pedigree on the steps I thought was cool. I actually kind of wish, though, when the referees had told Triple H to stop, he would get on the mic and say, "Hey, I'm the CEO of this company. I can continue beating the crap out of him as long as I want." That would have been really cool. And then, Roman Reigns definitely getting busted open definitely helped the segment. Because obviously there's no way, because they don't really plan blood really anymore.
By the way, there's 2 censored moments on this show. The one with McMahon early in the show when he said, "I beat you up as a child."
Yeah.
And they censored out "pissed" in the promo with Paul Heyman. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. And then what was weird that Vince would say he beat his own child on TV.
Well, keep in mind, this is Mr. McMahon, not Vince McMahon, but Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
The dastardly heel.
At least it's not. At least he didn't say it when he was in his midlife crisis, because then there probably would have been much worse.
I think that would have been bad. But anyway.
So what were your overall thoughts on Raw? You can start, then I'll give out my overall thoughts on Raw.
Okay. First hour and a half was great. It was a great first hour and a half. And then it had a half hour where it fell off a cliff. Where the social outcast, the 6-man tag, Ryback turning heel for no apparent reason. And then it got good with the match between Naomi and Sasha Banks, and then the promo afterwards was actually, I give a thumbs up because I think for Charlotte standards, it was a good promo. And then the main event was pretty good, and then the main event segment with Triple H was awesome. So I'm gonna give this Raw a 8 out of 10 because there's way more positives than bad in this show. This was a really good, well-rounded show, and it's building up to WrestleMania. Thumbs up.
So for me, I think I'm going to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This was definitely a better. Finally, it felt like Raw. They actually improved. They actually were trying to do stuff to build to WrestleMania. I didn't feel like that you were just gonna. It didn't, and I guess I just got a little hyped up again. And if we get Raws like this leading into WrestleMania, yeah, it's not going to be the greatest build-up ever, but at least it will be something. and then we could get a good WrestleMania out of it, and then I could be happy. And yeah, 8 out of 10 overall. Like I said, the stuff you pretty much touched on everything that was not very good.
Yeah.
And I definitely think after it was finally nice. Everyone already knows, so I'm just gonna say it. After it was finally nice to finally find a wrestling show to escape the Melissa situation from. So it's definitely nice to get a wrestling show to finally escape from that. Because Fastlane definitely wasn't it last night, so it was nice and they finally get a wrestling show to escape from that. And I hope we get more Raws like this, and I kind of hope we get more SmackDowns like this as well. Even though I don't think, obviously, SmackDown's probably not going to be as good just because most of the main event matches are going to be built up on Raw because most of the main event matches have part timers in them. But I like how
don't
this.
watch SmackDown. I don't watch SmackDown.
And I do like one thing I did like too how about the show too is it actually feels like they're gonna put not just they're having the full-time guys go against part-timers. It's not part-timer versus part-timer. The only part-timer match right now is just Taker versus Shane. That's penciled in right now.
Triple H versus Roman. Triple H is a part-timer.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that has two part-time. Like I'm saying, like at least every match has a part-timer versus a full-timer, and then another part-timer versus a full-timer.
Yeah, and there's a possibility that the full-timers will actually go over this time.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. And overall, I just was happy with this show. And I kind of hope they find a way to involve The Rock going into Mania. And I think the perfect way to do that is to have him come out 1 week during Raw if he can fit it into his schedule and talk about what his relationship's like with Roman Reigns and stuff like that, and kind of announce that he's going to be, because I feel like The Rock's going to get involved in the main event of WrestleMania somehow. And one thing we didn't cover is the Godfather going into the Hall of Fame.
Yep. He was never the best wrestler at all. Like, okay, so he's gonna go in as the Godfather, Papa Shango. Those are the only two gimmicks I know him as.
And then he was the Good Father as well when he was in the Right to Censor.
The Right to Censor. Okay, so the Godfather, not the best worker. He was not a good wrestler, but he was a good entertainer. So
he definitely was fun.
He was. Hey, Pippin ain't easy. Pippin ain't easy.
I got to meet the Godfather actually once. He went.
Big guy. He's one big motherfucker.
Yeah, he really was a nice guy. And he's gonna be inducted by the APA, which makes sense because I think they used to do a lot of segments together.
There's a lot of stories to be told. JBL actually does. Like JBL has had a pretty good line. It's like, we have many stories to tell. We can't tell them on the air right now, but we can do them later.
Yep, they definitely won the Hall of Fame. Another moment you should remember was when he was Papa Shango in the main event of WrestleMania 8. He messed up. He missed his cue.
He missed his absolute cue, and he did not run out in time.
So he definitely has. I would say he deserves it.
Just because of the Godfather.
He definitely helped WWF kind of help. He was definitely a major part of helping the WWF kind of get their ratings back in a way, just because he was able to adjust with the times and stuff like that. So he definitely worked. Wasn't he? Wasn't he in the Nation of Domination as well?
No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna look up him, and just.
I think he was.
Okay.
But anyhow, really good talent. Great entertainer.
Yeah, I'll never say that he was a good worker at all.
Yeah.
I
definitely don't think he doesn't. He definitely deserves it. I don't know how good this Hall of Fame.
They're probably Ticker's going in. Taker's gonna go in this year.
I think he'll go in next year because I think he's gonna headline the Hall of Fame. I don't think they would have. He would definitely and then announce already if he was going in.
Well, not yet. It's because they have it. They have it nice and sealed.
That'd be cool if they had to be announced. They could have who else can they have go in? Since they're in Texas, they can have the Freebirds maybe finally get in.
Yeah.
Pray to God Owen Hart gets in. But
that's not happening. That's not happening.
I mean, it's more possible this year since they released this DVD out though. So
I understand, but his wife is still bitter, and you know what? Rightfully so.
Yeah,
rightfully so. She should be bitter because he should not have been up there in the first place.
And to be honest,
they didn't take the proper safety precaution, and he fell 70 feet. He was killed. His wife.
Be honest, yeah. And to be honest with you,
sorry.
To be honest with you, if you think about it, if they didn't give him that gimmick in the first place, he wouldn't have had to go up there. I mean, I know that technically they didn't know that was going to happen, but
yeah, I know. It's like the main reason why that they gave him the gimmick is because they wanted him to be a cheating, an unethical man in terms of cheating on his wife, and he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So they gave him the gimmick of the blue blazer.
They punished him pretty much
as a punishment. That was a punishment. So, and they didn't take the proper safety precautions.
Yeah.
So they used a ringer. They used a ringer for a sailboat, and Owen plunged 70 feet to his death.
Yeah. So,
that was on WWE.
Yeah.
And Hart and his wife has a right to be angry and pissed off and sad. Okay, that's what I mean. It's WWE's fault.
But other people that could go in for the celebrity win, they could have trying to think who they have had. They could have Jon Stewart maybe.
Wait, a celebrity guest host?
No, they literally put a celebrity person in the Hall of Fame. So that's the only person another person I could see.
Floyd maybe? No, I don't think Floyd would go in.
Did Lawrence Taylor go in yet?
No.
Maybe
him.
I don't think so. And then for because every year they induct a woman into the Hall of Fame. Now they could do so many people. They could do.
I would do. Here, in terms of a woman going in the Hall of Fame, Elizabeth.
Yep.
I think it should be Elizabeth. I don't think she's in yet. She's in yet.
I think Savage But yeah, that's just our thoughts. So I just figured we talk about that for a little bit.
Yep. Okay. So
Rick Rude should go in this year too, by the way.
Yeah, Rick Rude, Davey Boy.
Obviously,
Bam Bam. I think Bam Bam should go in.
Kamala, I don't think he's in yet.
No, I'd rather Bam Bam. Bam Bam should go in. Rest in peace.
I don't think Big John Stud's in yet. So.
I think so. Let's see here.
But anyhow, we can talk about that a different day.
Different day, different time, different place.
I just figured the topic was fresh, so.
Yeah. All right. So this has been okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to do the outro? Do you want me to do the outro as Howard Finkel?
Yeah. Why not? You can plug your stuff, and I'll plug my stuff.
Oh, I don't have any stuff to plug anymore.
Oh.
The Football Reporters is. Well, it's over till the draft, so we'll wait till then.
Did you ever get to your final episode?
I did. I got to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just been one hell of a week. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Aftershock Corner on Wrestling Fortune 44. I am John Tuddy, speaking for Owen Finch. Peace out.
See you later, guys. You should just subscribe to all my stuff. I'm not going to go into detail. And that's pretty much it. Bye.